Hi, I'm Anna of All Trades, and today I'm going to show you step one in a huge project, which is an outdoor kitchen build. And as you may have already guessed, step one is installing a wood-fired pizza oven. As I mentioned in my intro, the long-term goal is to transform this whole back area, build a new deck, install an outdoor bar, built-in grill, a giant farmhouse table, and create a beautiful, inviting space where I can prepare and share farm-to-table dinners with my local community. As is the case with every project I tackle trying to restore this old farm to its former glory, I've definitely got my work cut out for me. Another big thank you to my buddy Nick from Bear Built for stopping by a few times to help out with this project. There were several times it was great having 4 hands instead of 2 and knowing just how heavy this wood-fired pizza oven actually was. It was nice to have a second set of eyes also to confirm not only that the stand I was building was strong enough to hold it, but also that I was building it in such a way that I could easily work around it once it comes time to replace the deck. To add strength to the stand, I used lap joints. The stand will eventually be fully enclosed with wood and pizza paddle storage underneath, but I will wait to do that until after I've replaced the deck. My biggest priority was getting the pizza oven lifted to its final destination so I could use it this harvest season, and as long as I can use it to cook, I can make do with everything else until I can finish the rest of this project. If you haven't already guessed, I love to cook. I grew up in a house where the making and eating of dinner was a family affair, and I was sous chef in my mom's and grandmother's kitchen as soon as I could walk. My family spent much of my young life living and traveling abroad, and my first experience with wood-fired ovens was baking bread with my babushka in rural Ukraine, and I've been hooked ever since then. I loved stoking the fire and the smell of burning wood and baking bread. I've had plans of building a wood-fired oven from scratch on the farm since we moved in, but there have been so many other more pressing projects I've had to deal with before I could get to a quote luxury project like that I started looking into commercially produced ovens, and that's how I came across Authentic Pizza Ovens. There are tons of sizes, styles, and price points available from Authentic Pizza Ovens, and I chose the one that I did because I didn't want to be limited to cooking pizzas in it. This is actually going to become my primary oven. Authentic pizza ovens are handmade in Portugal. They're beautiful and incredibly well built, and this model especially is a total tank. Such a tank, in fact, that I couldn't even lift it with my own tractor. I ended up having to have my good buddy Clint come over with his tractor to help me out. We both breathed a huge sigh of relief when that eagle had landed, because it was more than a little stressful to have an 1,100-pound solid mass of brick suspended in mid-air in my yard. Once the oven was in place, I had to cure it for 5 days, slowly bringing it up to a cooking temperature. It took a lot of restraint for me not to pop a pizza in there that first day, especially since I'd been dreaming of that day for more than 3 years. Preheating these ovens actually takes about the same time as preheating an electric oven, especially if you jumpstart the process with a torch. It takes a few tries to get used to controlling the temperature of the oven based on the amount of wood added and moving around the coals efficiently, but just like driving stick, it quickly becomes second nature. Those first bites out of the oven were pure heaven. So reminiscent of so many awesome memories from my childhood, but also just super rewarding to see one of my long-term dreams finally come to fruition. We start off by taking a little piece of dough like that. Want to get plenty of flour. Excuse the mess here. My nephew just made a pizza over here and also a extremely huge mess. And then I want to roll it out to the basic dimension, and then I'm going to hand stretch it. quite hot. Woo! So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for supporting my channel. I hope you leave this video feeling challenged and inspired to get outside and to make things with your own hands as well. I look forward to sharing the rest of this build with you as time goes on, but in the meantime, stay tuned next week for some more awesome content headed your way. Cheers.